What's up, family? It's your man, Courtney Brown Jr. here at Big Boss Filmworks. Before we get started, please hit the like and subscribe button so you can keep track of some of the motivating, interesting projects we got coming. But we're following up a theme, as we've been going through some old documents, we prepared to put together some projects we got going on. Throughout my journey through the streets, working with Pops, through my entrepreneur career, again, I just tend to bump into people. And the good Lord blessed me with that. And often I've been able to turn those casual bumping into business relationships, or if nothing else, been able to extract some wisdom from quote unquote successful, famous people. And one of those this is a shout out to the Godfather of Funk, the man himself, the man who, there's few people could say that without his music there would be no hip hop industry, but they've sampled his music so much, and so many of just the iconic hip hop songs are samples of his music, and I'm talking about George Clinton. And although me and George never ended up doing any business, we bumped into each other at JFK Airport and ended up having a chance just to chop it up for a half an hour or so. And this is really what I'm about to talk about, is appreciating the dollar. And guys who've seen a lot of money go through their hands to get to a point to be like, you should learn to respect money. One of my old works, Lou or somebody interviewing me asked me, did I have any regrets about any of the activities that was going on back in the day with Pops? And I said, to be honest, Eddie and my father and Eddie back in their heyday, of course, they made just ungodly amounts of money. The things we did in the 80s and the 90s, again, really not what people in the game, it's beyond what, I won't go in that because that's not what it's about. But anyway, millions of dollars went through our hands is the moral of the story. And that we should have been a little bit more savvy about handling the money and saving more of it. We put aside what we put aside, but Lord knows we had the opportunity to put aside a whole lot more. But it's human nature, whether it be athletes, rappers, or entertainers, when money comes to you real quick, and especially when it's cash, it really takes some discipline to learn to respect that money, because it never will keep coming. If you're an entertainer, you're not gonna keep making hit records. If you're an athlete, eventually you're gonna get old, and you're not gonna be able to run up and down the football field or slam dunk. It's just the nature of things. And if you got your business, no business keeps growing every year. So me and George bump into each other, and we just start talking. And we were both flying from New York back to Detroit. And I made a comment like, yeah, well, I better, get in this, let's take a photo and blah, 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 because, you're going to be up in first class, and a business guy like me, I got to fly coach. And he looks at me, he's like, no, brother, I'm going to be flying coach too. And I'm like, get out of here, Mr. Clinton. He's like, let me tell you something. One of my greatest regrets is back in the day when we were making all those platinum hits, I used to fly every place I used to fly. I used to fly first class. I was taking the whole Parliament Funkadelics crew. We all booked first class seats, and I'm paying guys a couple $100s to carry my bags when I'm young. And he's like, see this now? Now I'm old, I'm flying coach, and I carry my own bags. Now George is still doing his thing, but what he was telling me, and what I want to share with you guys is, gotta learn to respect the dollar. In our culture, we make what's the shit they be saying in the strip club, make it rain? We need to take that whole glorification of throwing away money like we billionaires, and being a man, again, who's touched a few $1 million in his life, that money can disappear real quick. And George Clinton, Lord knows this man touched a few million, dollars in his life. I mean, his music is from the 60s to now. He's getting royalty checks and all of that. But George Clinton finally got to a point, even his career, where he figured out, what? While I'm getting this good money, it ain't nothing wrong with me acting like I got some sense. The plane gonna get there when they get there. The people in coach get there at the same time as the people in first class. So don't ever let anybody make you feel bad for respecting your money. You earned it, and you've earned the right to be responsible with it. And again, I know we live in a world where, because people get rich off of us behaving foolishly with our money. So shout out to George Clinton. the words that you shared with me that day, I definitely have embraced, and over the years, just deciding to fight it out, and sometimes fly coach instead of flying first class. You know, shit. Over the years, I probably saved myself $100,000 just by making the decision that, you know what, sorry, honey, we flying coach, but we can afford first class. Honey, we flying coach.
Yes, sir.
Cause we can get 2 tickets for $2,000 to China or Hong Kong or Europe or wherever we going, or Vegas, and them same 2 tickets in first class would be $4,000 or $5,000. So yeah, ain't no shame in flying coach. Check us out, Big Boss Filmworks. Make sure you hit the like and subscribe button. Peace, family.